يضيف طعم للحياة. نور غزالي أحلى لذات.
Favorite brand in Sultanate of Oman for more than 2 decades. Noor Ghazal, health and happiness.
We are Oman's first money exchange. The best digital application. Delivering the superior technology. The best in remittance. Simple, secure, and swift. Bring home your exchange. For Shotham Kanji Exchange, we exchange trust.
Studying abroad is such a life-changing experience. You get to immerse yourself in a different culture, see another part of the world, and make new friends, all while getting a great education. But with so many choices available, it is hard to know where to start. That's where IDP Education can help. IDP is a world leader in helping students study overseas, and we partner with universities and colleges across UK, USA, Australia, Canada, and New Zealand. To get started, the first step is to speak with one of our education counselors. You might have an idea of where and what you'd like to study, or you may want to explore all of your options. Our counselors work with you and discuss career goals to find out which course, institution, and country is best suited to you. Then they help you with all the paperwork. Once you're accepted into your course, they run a range of information sessions before you jump on the plane. It'll cover things like public transport, accommodation, culture, and work opportunities, just to make sure you're ready for your new life in your new destination. And as co-owners of IELTS, we can help you register and prepare for the English language test if required. So, let's chat. Jump onto our website or social media channels to book your appointment today. Good luck! An international education can change lives. Let's chat about how it can change yours.
I wanted a change, and I wanted to help create change. Studying abroad and experiencing a new culture enabled me to do that. IDP helped me navigate this path, making it a reality. My name is Gary. I was born in Malaysia, and I made the choice to live and study in Melbourne, Australia. I'm lucky enough to work in international education and empower diverse communities every day. IDP was with me from the start, providing career and course counseling and networking opportunities, allowing me to grow and give back. IDP is still with me, even today, as part of a living, breathing global network connecting students to success.
At IDP, we take you from where you are to where you want to be. My name is Amrita. I am from India and I'm a senior counselor at IDP, helping students achieve their global ambitions. We have over 120 offices around the world and a digital network that allows us to support our students where, when, and how they need us. By co-owning IELTS, we also support our customers with their English language goals. We are proud of how we connect with our students. Seeing our students succeed and fulfill their dreams, I just can't even begin to describe the feeling.
I always knew I wanted to travel and expand my horizons. I just needed the gateway to do it. IDP gave me that opportunity. My name is Ralph. I am from the United Arab Emirates. I'm a recent graduate, student advocate, and community leader. Studying overseas was challenging, but worth every minute. Meeting new people, motivating others was always going to be a direct transition from what I have achieved as an international student. IDP made me feel like a part of a family, easing the transition and paving the way to success. I still can't believe where I am today, but I'm excited about tomorrow. We are Generation IDP.
A very warm evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the third edition of the mega inter-school quiz competition, Isquiz. A very warm good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the third edition of this mega inter-school quiz competition, Isquiz, under the aegis of the Board of Directors, Indian Schools, Oman. The present challenging times have changed the world dramatically, but no tide has ever been strong enough to sweep away the inquisitiveness and the continuous learning process at Indian schools. So here we are with this competitive quizzing contest, attracting huge participation of brilliant minds.
Prayer is a heartfelt act, a communication that brings peace and understanding. No incertitude prevails when we communicate in love with the Creator. The ignorant and mystified minds are at peace, and all darkness vanishes. It takes place in the deepest corners of our souls, beyond our intellect. It's an experience with the Almighty who knows us and changes us from within. Shall we appeal to the Creator for His grace and mercy to shower His blessings on us, His children? Let's render our hearts and minds to the prayer song sung by our school choir.
हे जगदाता विश्व विधाता, हे जगदाता विश्व विधाता, सुन लो अर्ज हमारी, सुन लो अर्ज देना हमको ज्ञान प्रभु अब देना हमको ज्ञान प्रभु अब सुन लो विनती हमारी मिट जाए अंधियारा जग से मिट जाए अंधियारा जग से और फैले उजियारी हे जगदाता विश्व विधाता हे जगदाता विश्व विधाता सुन लो अर्ज हमारी सुन लो अर्ज हमारी हे जगदाता हे जगदाता हे जगदाता
Now, I invite head boy Vishwanath Praveen to welcome the splendid gathering.
Thank you, Anne. Distinguished Chief Guest, Dr. Shivakumar Manikyam, Chairman, Board of Directors of Indian Schools in Oman. Our special guest for this evening, Dr. Ram Shankar, Controller of Examination, Central University of Odisha, and Joint Secretary, CBSE. Respected Vice Chairman, Finance Director, and other esteemed directors on the board. Mr. Sachin Toprani, President, Indian School Musket Management Committee, Vice President, Convener, Treasurer, and respected members of the School Management Committee, the much sought after quiz master, Mr. Vinay Mudaliar, Mr. P.B. Salim, Chairman and Managing Director of Noor Ghazal Food and Spices, who is also our title sponsor, presidents and members of the Indian School Management Committees, principals of all Indian schools, our beloved principal, Dr. Rajiv Kumar Chauhan, Senior Vice Principal Administration, Vice Principals, Assistant Vice Principals, heads of various departments, teachers, grandparents, parents, and students. It is an honor and privilege for me to welcome you all to the grand inaugural ceremony of the third edition of Isquiz 2021, an event that will unleash the power of young minds. At the outset, let us express our sincere gratitude and great appreciation to His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq for his generosity, for which we, the Indian diaspora, have a lot to be grateful for. We are extremely honored to welcome Dr. Shivakumar Manikyam, Chairman, Board of Directors, Indian Schools in Oman, as our distinguished chief guest. Dr. Shivakumar Manikyam is an academician par excellence, presently heading the e-learning department at Oman Dental College. He is a published researcher and writer. He is renowned for his articles on science and technology for the common reader. Prior to his present position as the chairman of the board of directors, he was the academic chair in the SMC of Indian School Muscat and a member of the Academic Advisory Council of the board. It is a privilege to host sir as the chief guest and the inaugurator of this mega event today. Welcome, sir. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome Dr. Ram Shankar, Controller of Examination, Central University of Odisha, and Joint Secretary, CBSE. Sir is the patron of All India Association for Educational Research, Bhubaneswar, Odisha, and a member of the National Council of Educational Research and Training, Government of India, a life member of the Indian Red Cross India, and a life member of Comparative Education Society of India. A very warm welcome to you, sir. We are extremely thrilled to have with us Mr. Vinay Mudaliar, an eminent and reputed quiz master and the founder of MindCorps, a prominent quiz venture. Welcome you, sir. At this instant, I extend my warm greetings to Mr. P.B. Salim, Managing Director of Noor Ghazal Foods and Spices, who is the title sponsor of the mega event Isquiz 2021. Sir, please accept our greetings. We are so glad to have you here with us today. We heartily welcome the Vice Chairman, Finance Director of the Board of Directors, Indian Schools in Oman, and all the esteemed directors on the board who have always supported and lauded all our endeavors. A cordial welcome to Mr. Sachin Toprani, President, Indian School Muscat Management Committee, Vice President, SMC, Convener, Treasurer, and all the respected members of the Indian School Muscat Management Committee. A heartfelt welcome to the presidents, members of all Indian school management committees, and the principals of various Indian schools in Oman. A sincere welcome to our platinum, gold, silver, and media sponsors of this massive event. The support that you have rendered is very much appreciated and will be remembered. Our principal, Dr. Rajiv Kumar Chauhan, has always played a vital role in guiding the staff and students to chart a strong future by enforcing consistent standards. It's my pleasure to welcome our dear principal. Welcome, sir. A heartfelt welcome to the vice principals, assistant vice principals, heads of various departments, Isquiz coordinators, and teachers. I cordially welcome you all to witness this battle of brains. It's a proud moment to have your virtual presence with us this evening. All our dear valued guests, grandparents, and parents, your presence here today gives us immense pleasure. We also welcome the student community for whom this event is hosted. Once again, on behalf of the entire Indian School Muscat fraternity, I welcome you all to the inaugural ceremony of Isquiz 2021. Welcome, one and all. Over to you, Anand.
Thank you, Vishwanath. Dear viewers, to have a glimpse of the journey of Isquiz from its neonatal stage to infancy and now juvenescence, the ever-growing robust contest is featured in this digital presentation, all set to enthrall us. I invite you all to bask in the glory of this engaging memoir.
presentation. I'm sure all our participants are filled with enthusiasm and positive energy after watching these fantastic and breathtaking clips. I now invite Mr. Sachin Toprani, President, School Management Committee, Indian School Muscat, a proud ISM alumnus, to address this August gathering.
Good evening and a warm welcome to our honorable chief guest, Dr. Shiv Kumar Manikam, the chairman of the board of directors of Indian schools in Oman, our special guest, Dr. Ram Shankar, the controller of examination at the Central University of Odisha and the joint secretary at CBSE, and our distinguished dignitaries and guests who are present at our event today. Isquiz 2021, the inter-school mega quiz under the aegis of the board of directors of the Indian schools in Oman, is being organized online. This event aims at providing a platform for the students to be engaged productively and also to improve their knowledge. Isquiz was conceptualized and implemented for the first time in April 2019, with the aim to allow students to seek opportunities to excel beyond academics and to develop critical thinking. With the onslaught of the pandemic, when the world immersed into a new reality and the teaching was undertaken remotely on digital platforms, the Indian schools at Muscat continued bolstering their capabilities, and the second Isquiz was conducted in 2020. What emerged clear, though, was that in these troubled times, we have a very resilient educational system. We took it up as a quintessential adoptive challenge, and we are back with the third edition of the Isquiz, and ISM is the host. Education is the right blend of intelligence and character, and the Indian schools have succeeded in imparting education in the right measure and a blend of intelligence and character. Activities of this genre enable students to capitalize on their innate potential along with their positive social behavior, thus developing them as global citizens. The world of education has always been designed and calibrated in a way to teach and consolidate what has been learned. One tool becoming more common, especially in online education, is quizzes. Quizzes help to embed information in our brains, facilitating innovative learning. And these quizzes integrate the game mechanics into the learning process, providing instant feedback. The storage capacity of our human brain is virtually limitless. So you really don't have a reason or an excuse to stop learning. ISM has always been the epicenter of academic endeavors and the most happening place, leading the way to the subtlety of perfection. Adhering to the tagline, where brains battle, Isquiz 2021 takes off this evening to witness the sparks of intelligent quizzers, and the battle is just about to begin. I wish all the brainy warriors the joy of crossing horns of smartness and caliber with each other. All the best to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for taking the audience through the journey of Isquiz. We present before you the promo video that visited all your homes and encouraged all the children to participate. May I now invite our chief guest, Dr. Shivakumar Manikam, Chairman, Board of Directors, Indian Schools in Oman, to deliver the inaugural address.
Thank you. Esteemed special guest of the day, Dr. Ram Shankar, Controller of Examination, Central University of Odisha and Joint Secretary, CBSE. My colleagues from the board, President Mr. Sachin Toprani, and other members of the School Management Committee, principal teachers of the host school, Indian School Muscat, presidents, SMCs, and principals and teachers of all Indian schools in Oman. Mr. Vinay Mudalia, quiz master, Mr. P.B. Salim, the title sponsor, parents and students. A very good evening to one and all. At the very outset, I take this opportunity to extend our warm wishes to the benevolent ruler of Oman, His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq, and thank the Ministry of Education for the able guidance and support Indian schools get in all our educational endeavors. A recent report from the American Psychological Association has demonstrated very clearly that there is a strong and direct correlation between IQ scores and school grades. Students with high IQ tends to learn more of what is taught in school. Although school education itself increases IQ at later stages after finishing the school, but it is the programs like quiz competitions play a prudent role in enhancing IQs of students during their study. It is not just the matter of asking questions and providing factual information, but synthesizing knowledge, using analytical skills, considering profound nuances of question before answering, make the quiz competition as an enhanced learning activity. By participating in such events, students learn how to collaborate, critically think, and better their leadership qualities. The first edition of Isquiz was hosted by Indian School Dorset in 2019 in Kurum Amphitheatre, which was filled to its maximum capacity with students and parents of Indian schools across the Sultanate. Pandemic struck outdoor activities, but it never could dampen the enthusiasm of Indian schools in organizing events for the holistic development of students. Isquiz 2020 was organized online by Indian School Salala, breaking the boundaries of space with mind-boggling viewership of students and parents, both past and present across the globe. Isquiz 2021 is here right now, harnessing the intellectual acumen of the quizzing minds of Indian schools, putting the optimum use of technology, reaching out to the maximum number of people through social media and other means. Isquiz 2021 is made more significant as we are commemorating the 75th anniversary of our nation's independence under the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, fueled by the spirit of Atmanirbhar Bharat. Since 2019, Isquiz has grown from strength to strength, each school giving its indelible signature to the event. Oman has witnessed a new style of quizzing with the introduction of renowned and energetic quizmaster Vinay Mudalia. The best is yet to come. On behalf of the Board of Directors, Indian Schools in Oman, I invite you to the most exciting grand finale of Isquiz 2021, where you will witness the finalists in both junior and senior categories, battling for the most coveted Isquiz Championship trophy. I would like to thank the entire team at Indian School Muscat who worked tirelessly to make this program unique and unforgettable. I would like to thank all sponsors for making this event a grand one. Wish you happy Onam to all those who celebrate this festival today. Thank you.
Sir, it has been an honor to hear you address. Our highest gratitude and appreciation for your support and guidance always. If nothing moves us, music and dance are sure to move us. Presenting to you a fusion of Kathak and hip hop, wherein the dancers, through their movements, gestures, and rhythms, depict the emotions and actions of characters as they experience devotion, confusion and temptation, transformation, and redemption. It's a combination of styles of dance encouraging the viewers to bring out their creativity. So let the music and the movements move you. That was truly a brilliant performance. Thank you for making this evening splendid.
Dr. Ram Shankar, Controller of Examination, Central University of Odisha and Joint Secretary, CBSE, is joining us from Odisha today. Indeed, it's a proud moment. May I invite Dr. Ram Shankar to address viewers.
Namaskar to all. Dr. Shiv Kumar Manikam, Chairman Board of Directors, Indian Schools in Oman. The other dignitaries and members of Board of Directors, Indian Schools of Oman. Mr. Sachin Toprani, President, School Management Committee, Indian School Muscat. Mr. Vinay Mudaliar, Founder, Mindcox. Mr. P.B. Salim, Managing Director, Noor Ghazal Foods and Spices. Dr. Rajiv Chauhan, Principal of the school, teachers, administrative staff of the Indian School Muscat. The anchors, Assistant Head Girl, Assistant Head Boy, platinum sponsors, gold sponsors, silver sponsors, media partner, team ISM, guardians, and dear students. It is my privilege and honor to be with you at this virtual inauguration ceremony of the Isquiz being organized at the juncture of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. A student's social life is as important as their academic life for their development. There is so much pressure on students, especially in secondary schools, to perform well in their exams and attain high grades. This, by all means, is not wrong. Wanting students to perform exemplarily well in their exams is normal. The problems comes when students have no life outside their classrooms, when all they do and think about is their books. They become zombies whose world revolves around books, with no room for their development as human beings. Many parents, guardians, and students themselves do not understand the importance of co-curricular activities. Teachers in many schools have had to convince some parents and guardians to permit their children to participate in co-curricular activities. This is because the parents feel that those after-school activities distract them from their studies or cause them to get home late. Some students also feel that they do not need the activities, all they need is it to concentrate on their books. The notion couldn't be any more untrue. Co-curricular activities are just as important as academics. They both complement each other to develop a well-rounded student with more social skills than one who only concentrate on their books. Education should go beyond the four classroom walls. It should be more than just books. There are so many activities that a student can choose from, including sports such as athletics, football, scouts, quiz, debate, chess, or even music. Some students who are interested in more than one activity end up participating in them as long as they have enough time left for their studies. We know that reforms in school education system were long overdue, and new education policy 2020 marks a significant shift in long-standing and established road and hard learning education practice. The main thrust of new education policy 2020 is to raise the standard of school education system at par with global standards through various comprehensive measures such as revamping of curriculum, examination structure, regulatory regime, teacher education, teacher training, capacity building, etc. While the new education policy intends to transform the school education system in the right direction by curtailing rote-based learning and introducing a holistic education with adequate focus on development of different life skills for students, the real success of the policy will be based on its actual implementation. I still recall the words of Mr. Anil Swarup, former Secretary, Department of School Education and Literacy, Ministry of Education, Government of India, that policy conveys the right intentions, but the key would be in implementation. CBSE is coming with various circulars, programs, and all, and continuously in touch with the schools. If we see over the last 1 decade, the schools have tried to shift the focus of the school education system from purely academic learning system to a system which gives opportunities to students to learn different life skills and focus on overall development of a child. However, efforts of the schools have been somewhat curtailed on account of number of reasons, such as a restricted availability of teachers with an ability to impart instructions for teaching different life skills and maintaining a balance with the prescribed curriculum and the examination structure. Thus, reforms in curriculum and examination structure will now provide an impetus to schools in providing holistic learning opportunities, as well as enable students to focus more on the subject area of interest. I'm happy to see that Indian school mascot is organizing the Isquiz competition. As far as the quizzes are concerned, quizzes help students to learn because these tasks involve retrieval practices, are thinking back to information previously learned and bringing it to mind. I'm a person of psychology, so I here take a reference from the cognitive psychology. Cognitive psychology strongly suggests that the act of retrieving information directly helps students learn. This benefit occurs even in absence of feedback and in absence of an opportunity to restudy the information. The process of retrieval, bringing the information to mind, actually leads to learning all by itself. What's more, bringing the information to mind can sometimes improve students' ability to apply the information in new situations. Quizzes give the teacher an idea of how well the class as a whole grasps the concepts. In my class, for example, if a couple of students are struggling, I can reach out to them and encourage them to come to my chamber to ask questions individually. If many students are struggling, this tells me that I need to do something different during class. I can rethink the way I am explaining something, provide additional instructions in the classroom, or create an engaging activity for the class to do together to make sure the content is clear. Quizzes also help students identify what they know and what they don't know. The students then have a better idea of how well they are grasping the material, hopefully motivating them to study more and helping them allocate study time effectively by focusing on the information that still needs more practice. So with these words, I congratulate the organizers and wishing all the best to all the participants. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. If you think you have an exceptionally good memory, an unquenchable thirst for knowledge, and an extraordinary communication skill, you are in the quiz circuit. I am delighted to welcome one of the finest quiz masters in the education industry, a crowd favorite quiz master from India who is known for his distinct style of connecting with the audience. Mr. Vinay Mudaliar, sir, has been awarded and recognized for spreading knowledge among children across many countries, including Oman. I'm sure even after being under the spotlight for years conducting quizzes, our quiz master gets the adrenaline rush. Such is the thrill of quizzing. May I request sir to address the gathering?
Good evening on all, and greetings to the entire distinguished members who are there part of this wonderful inauguration. So now we are in the third edition. So quizzes, when you reach a third edition, it's like a huge thing. So we are a brand now, Isquiz. So welcome to the third edition of Isquiz, which is going to be hosted by Indian School Muscat. 2 years, now third year, I am going to go the next level. Are you all ready for that? The level is going to go higher. We're going to go on different innovative rounds, new format of quizzing. Once again, like always, I have innovative rounds. So the quizzes Isquiz 2021 is going to be spectacular. 6,000 participants are here. So wait for your turn. Participate well in your prelims. Make sure to reach to the finals. You have 2 weeks of time to see me in the grand finals on September 4th, exactly 2 weeks from today. So let's see who's going to win. Start brushing up your knowledge, see the current affairs, see what's happening around the world. Like always, my questions will be slightly more different, and you will see that in the mega prelims, in the grand finals, in the 2 preliminary rounds. May the best participant come to the grand finals 2 weeks from now. Your time starts now.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring words. We cannot wait for the day when you'll put the brilliant minds of youngsters to the test. I now have the honor of welcoming the title sponsor and managing director of Noor Ghazal Foods and Spices Oman, a well-known social worker and the head of several social forums and associations in Oman. Mr. P.B. Salim is here with us this evening. May I request, sir, to address the gathering?
In the name of God, the most gracious and the most merciful. Respected Dr. Shivakumar Manikam, Chairman, Board of Directors, Indian Schools in Oman. Dr. Ram Shankar, Controller of Examinations, Odisha Central University, and Joint Secretary to CBSE. Mr. Sachin Toprani, President, Indian School, Muscat. Dr. Rajiv Kumar Chauhan, Principal, Indian School, Muscat. Mr. Vinay Mutiliar, Quiz Master, Isquiz Organizing Team, respected teachers, dear students, and all other viewers, very good evening. We are very much happy to associate with Isquiz for 3 consecutive years. Nur Ghazal Foods and Spices being a favorite household name in the Sultanate of Oman, we are glad to support such a wonderful event for our students. We are delighted to see our students showing great spirit and enthusiasm to compete in such a mega event. The situation we are passing through and the way we do and perceive things have changed, but the human instinct to adapt and survive are pushing us forward. Life is a series of seasons. We win some and lose some. Some bring joy and others may bring challenges. We can only control how we play the game, which should be to the best of our ability and guided by principles. The principles of selflessness, empathy, humility, positivity, honesty, and kindness shall guide us any of life's seasons. Develop and balance the whole self in spirit, mind, and body. Don't be overwhelmed with a tough season. We have to remain rooted to the principles to live an impactful and fulfilled life. Every day focus on being a better self than yesterday. Keep on improving. Pass on the goodness to your family and society. Success and happiness will follow us. We sincerely appreciate the efforts of Isquiz organizers and enthusiasm of our students for making this event happen. I wish all the very best to participants, organizers, and followers of this event. Let us together make this event a grand success. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your words of wisdom. Nur Ghazal Foods and Spices became a well-known brand and grew as a favorite household in Oman for more than 3 decades, thanks to sir's excellent leadership. Not to forget, dear audience, this is the 3rd year of sir's collaboration with Isquiz. We are thankful to you, sir, for your unwavering support to this mega quiz event. May now request our head girl, Ishnika Singh, to propose the vote of thanks on behalf of the school.
Thank you, Anand. Distinguished Chief Guest, Dr. Sivakumar Manikam, Chairman, Board of Directors of Indian Schools in Oman. Our special guest for this evening, Dr. Ram Shankar, Controller of Examination, Central University of Odisha and Joint Secretary, CBSE. Respected Vice Chairman, Finance Director, and other esteemed members on the Board of Directors, Indian Schools in the Sultanate of Oman. Mr. Sachin Toprani, President, Indian School Muscat School Management Committee. Vice President, Convener, Treasurer, and respected members of the School Management Committee, Quizmaster, Mr. Vinay Mudalyar, Mr. P.B. Salim, Managing Director of Noor Ghazal Food and Spices, our title sponsor, Presidents and members of the Indian School Managing Committees, Principals of all Indian schools, our beloved Principal, Dr. Rajiv Kumar Chauhan, Senior Vice Principal Administration, Vice Principals, Assistant Vice Principals, Heads of Departments, teachers, grandparents, parents, and students. It has been an honor and a privilege to have you with us for the grand celebration of the inaugural ceremony of the third edition of Isquiz 2021, an event that will unleash the power of young minds. We extend our heartfelt thanks to the esteemed chief guest, Dr. Sivakumar Manikam, Chairman, Board of Directors of Indian Schools in Oman, who has always guided all our initiatives. Sir, thank you for sparing your precious time to grace this occasion as the chief guest and the inaugurator of this mega event today. Thank you, sir. Let me express our deep sense of appreciation and thanks to our special guest for this evening, Dr. Ram Shankar, Controller of Examination, Central University of Odisha, and Joint Secretary, CBSE. Our sincere gratitude to the Vice Chairman and the Finance Director and all the other esteemed members on the Board of Directors, Indian Schools in Oman. Thank you, sirs, for your encouragement always and your presence today. My words will not suffice to thank the Quizmaster, Mr. Vinay Mudalyar, for his zest and acclamation for the students at all times. Thank you, sir. We want to express our heartfelt gratitude to Mr. P.B. Salim, Managing Director, Noor Ghazal Food and Spices, for his unwavering support. And we know that without partners like you, mega events like this would be a distant dream. Sir, please accept our heartfelt gratitude. We express our gratitude to the presidents, members of all Indian school managing committees, and principals of various Indian schools. A huge thank you to our wonderful platinum, gold, silver, and media sponsors of this massive event. Without you, staging such events would be a huge challenge. We owe a debt of gratitude to our beloved principal, Dr. Rajiv Kumar Chauhan, for being our guiding light, for strengthening and encouraging us. Thank you very much, sir. We take this moment to thank all the vice principals, assistant vice principals, department heads, Isquiz coordinators, and teachers who have always nourished our aspirations for a brighter tomorrow. Thank you very much, sirs and madams, for your virtual presence. We would like to convey our deepest gratitude to Mr. Saji S. Nair, Senior Vice Principal Administration, and the IT staff for their tireless work and flawless logistic support. This has allowed us to run the event smoothly. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts to all our beloved teachers, guests, grandparents, parents, and students for always being there with us. We thank all those who have worked devotedly behind the scenes and all those who we might have forgotten to mention. Thank you, one and all. So let's march together to make this event a grand success. Our best wishes to all the students and their teams who have registered for Isquiz 2021. Let the brains battle. Thank you for joining us once again.
Thank you, Ishnika, for that word of thanks. Really means a lot. Dear valued guests, we log out for now, but stay tuned with us for updates and please do log in with us on September 4th, 6 p.m. Don't miss to watch the best of the best on screen. September 4th, 2021, 6 p.m.